So at the moment I've got methods to actually set these individually. Perhaps I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to set them both together. So just give a pair of coordinates and then be set all in one go. And I can do that by having another method, public void set x, y, and take in two variables, integer a and integer b, and from that I can then set my variables. Now the reason why we're using methods is that we can actually put some checks into here, which we're going to see later on how placing checks into here saves these from sort of having erroneous numbers, or it will crash the program, but we can handle it gracefully rather than it just crash for no apparent reason. So what I'm trying to say is, instead of just saying things like x equals a and y equals b, which will be fine, there's nothing wrong with that, I can actually use the fact that I've got two functions here to actually call them. So I could place checks into here, like say if a was 0, then don't bother doing anything, otherwise set x to a, and I can call them from here. So I can now choose set x and give it the value a, and I can choose set y and give it the value b. So that is the second method. As you saw, I'd got x equals a and y equals b, but now I'm sending them through these functions to populate these variables, and that really is what I'm going to be doing throughout, is using functions that or methods that I've already created to populate variables, and that gives me a level of control at some point over what can be sent in. So I've now got my setter functions, which is pretty good. Now I can actually have another constructor, a different constructor. So imagine if I wanted to set my point up to begin with, and I actually sent in a single variable instead of having an empty set of arguments as I did there. So I'm passing one item. What I can do with that is then call this function down here with both of these arguments set to be the same. So I can now choose set xy, set xy with the values a and a. So that's given me a new constructor, and I've set the x and y values to be the same because that's what I wanted in there. I could also have another constructor whereby I can give 2, as I've got here, and 2 variables. So point int a, int b, and send both of those via set x, y, a and b. So 3 constructors which are going to take the 3 different kinds of values for a point, and let me show you how to do that in the data type. So I had a point p which didn't take anything, didn't take any parameters, and that should have been 0, 0. So I'm going to have a new point, say p1, which is going to be new point, and I'm going to give it just a single value 2. And then I'm going to use my third constructor, point p2 equals new point, and I'm going to give it 2. So I can construct a point now either by sending in nothing, no parameters, or I can send in 1, in which case it would be 2, 2, or I can send in a full set of coordinates, 3, 4. So 3 different constructors to create that. The constructors are using the methods down here. So they're using the set xy method, and the set xy method uses the set x or the set y method to set the variables. And I can place checks into here to make sure that they're not 0 or something like that. So that is my setters. In the next video I'm going to look at the getters, because actually I want to get the values. I want to get these values, what they're set to, and find out what they are. At the moment I can only set them, I can't see them, so I need to be able to see them. So we will deal with that in the next video.